A. Author. General brief information about the author. Lber Ortaylı was born on May 21, 1947, in Bregenz, Austria, to a Crimean Tatar family. He is a Turkish historian, academician, and writer, and is an honorary member of the Turkish Historical Society. Ortaylı is a board member of the International Committee of Ottoman Studies, the European Society of Iranian Studies, and the Austrian-Turkish Forum of Sciences. He completed his undergraduate studies in history at Ankara University in 1970 and received his PhD in political science from the same university in 1974. He became a professor in 1989 and served as the head of the Department of Administrative History at Ankara University's Faculty of Political Sciences between 1989 and 2002. He later taught at Galatasaray University and Bilkent University. He served as the director of the Topkapı Palace Museum from 2005 to 2012. Briefly analyze the relationship between the author's other works and this book. Lber Ortaylı has authored several works on Turkish and Ottoman history, including Türkiye İdare Tarihi, 1982, Osmanlı İmparatorluğu'nda İktisadi ve Sosyal Değişim, 2000, and İstanbul'dan Sayfalar, 2003. Without a comprehensive chronological list, it's challenging to definitively analyze the development of his thoughts. However, given his long-standing expertise in Ottoman history and his former role as the director of the Topkapı Palace Museum, this book on the private and royal life in the Ottoman palace likely draws upon his extensive research and insights accumulated over his career. It can be seen as a focused exploration of a specific aspect of Ottoman history, likely informed by his broader understanding of the empire's administrative, economic, and social structures discussed in his other works. General, relatively large information about the literature that the book is a part of. This book, Private and Royal Life in the Ottoman Palace, falls under the broad category of Ottoman history. More specifically, it contributes to the literature focusing on the social and cultural history of the Ottoman Empire, with an emphasis on the lives of the sultans and their court within the Topkapı Palace. This area of literature explores various aspects of life within the palace walls, including administrative functions, ceremonies, daily routines, the role of the harem, and the cultural practices of the Ottoman ruling class. It aims to provide insights into the inner workings of the Ottoman state and the lives of those who held power. This book, written by a prominent Turkish historian and former director of the Topkapı Palace Museum, is a significant contribution to this field, offering both historical accuracy and expert insights. The people and the books that have shaped the author's perspective. The book includes a bibliography listing numerous primary and secondary sources in Turkish, English, German, and other languages. These sources range from historical chronicles and memoirs to modern academic studies on Ottoman history, art, and architecture. This extensive list indicates that the author's perspective is shaped by a wide range of scholarship in the field. Notable authors and works referenced include Katip Kelebi's Kitab-ı Cihanıma, Albertus Bobovius's account of life in the Topkapı Palace, and various studies on Ottoman administration, society, and the Topkapı Palace itself. B. The book. General brief information about the book. Original language, English. Author, Lber Ortaylı. Publishing house, Blue Dome Press. Publishing year, 2014. Total number of pages, 124, based on the PDF content. C. The text. The main idea of the book. The main idea of the book is to provide an illustrated guide to the Topkapı Palace, exploring Ottoman history through the lens of the palace's various sections and the lives of the sultans and their court. It aims to offer insights into the functions, architecture, and decorations of the palace, while also correcting misconceptions about Ottoman customs and the harem. The structure of the book. The book is structured into several chapters, each focusing on different aspects of the Topkapı Palace and Ottoman life within it. The structure includes Introduction, Preface, Istanbul as a historical city, the plan of Topkapı Palace, Byron, the outer palace, detailing the imperial gate and first courtyard, the gate of salutation and second courtyard, including the imperial council hall and palace kitchens, the royal stable, the Ottoman military band, and the halberdier with sidelocks. Enderun, the inner palace, covering the Gate of Felicity, the audience hall, Ayalar Mosque, the library of Ahmed III, the Fatih Pavilion, Enderun Treasury, the campaign dormitory, the larder staff dormitory, the treasurer's dormitory, the treasury of the arms-bearer, and the royal apartments, apartments of the Holy Mantle. The fourth courtyard, the Garden of Pavilions, describing various pavilions, mosques, and other structures. Harem, the family quarters, discussing the education of women in the palace and detailing the various sections within the harem. Glossary, Bibliography. The book progresses logically from the outer administrative areas of the palace to the inner private quarters, providing historical context and details about the functions and significance of each section. The way the author supports his new arguments. The author, drawing upon his expertise and access to the Topkapı Palace archives, supports his explanations and corrections of misconceptions through detailed descriptions of the palace's architecture, historical context, and references to palace customs, people, and specific events. He also utilizes epigraphs, historical accounts, and his deep understanding of Ottoman history to support his narrative. While the book is primarily descriptive, Ortaylı subtly challenges common stereotypes and provides nuanced interpretations of palace life based on his scholarly knowledge. The sentences that can be considered as motto sentences. Based on the content, some sentences that could be considered as motto sentences include: Topkapı Palace attracts more visitors than any other place in Turkey. Once the heart of Ottoman administration and the residence of the sultans, the elegantly decorated palace is surprisingly modest. This sets the stage by highlighting the palace's importance and its understated nature. Ottoman sultans and members of the court lived here until the mid-19th century. The palace did not suffice for the state protocol and ceremonies of the 19th century. This provides a concise timeline of the palace's primary use. Topkapı Palace is modest. More significant expenditure in the empire was dedicated to building magnificent mosques, military barracks, bridges, caravanserais, and hostelry facilities for merchants and travelers. This emphasizes the empire's priorities beyond the royal residence. The new conceptualization in the book, if there is any. The book primarily offers a detailed historical account and expert insights rather than introducing entirely new conceptualizations of Ottoman palace life. However, Ortaylı consistently emphasizes the modesty and functionality of the palace, contrasting it with exaggerated tales of opulence. He also portrays the harem not merely as a place of leisure, but also as an institution for the education and upbringing of women, many of whom went on to marry prominent statesmen. This nuanced portrayal offers a more objective understanding compared to common sensationalized depictions. The author's style. Ilber Ortaylı's writing style is informative, engaging, and authoritative, reflecting his expertise in the subject. He presents historical information in a clear and accessible manner, often incorporating personal observations and insights from his time as the director of the Palace Museum. His language is descriptive, bringing the palace and its history to life for the reader. He also subtly interjects his own perspectives, often to correct popular misconceptions or offer a more nuanced understanding of Ottoman history and culture. Opinions about the opinions of the author. Ilber Ortaylı presents a view of the Ottoman palace and its inhabitants that emphasizes functionality, tradition, and a certain degree of modesty, particularly in comparison to European palaces. He also offers a more balanced perspective on the harem, highlighting its role in education and social mobility. His opinions, grounded in his extensive historical knowledge and experience with the palace, provide a valuable and insightful perspective on Ottoman history and culture.